Welcome to Knowledge Valley. This is Ryan Pinto, and this initiative is the Hindu newspaper in short. This initiative is taken so that you can save your time and go through the news, important news headlines in 15 to 20 minutes. Today's newspaper is of November the 17th, 2022. Okay, November 17, 2022. So let's see which are the important news today. War causing immense human suffering, G20. This is an important news. We have already seen G20 summit is going on in Bali, and from the month of December, India is going to be the chair of the G20 for the next 1 year. So it's going to be a very challenging time for India during this time of war. We are going to head the G20 summit. So, war causing immense human suffering, G20 joint declaration says that conflict is increasing, exacerbating existing fragilities in the global economy, constraining growth, threatening energy and food security, and elevating financial stability risks. So, the G20 meet was about energy, food security, and global economy, and all these are getting affected because of the war which is going on. So the G20 members, they are deliberating on this, and a lot of concern has been raised. Leaders of the G20 grouping on Wednesday said it was essential to uphold international law and multilateral system, as today's era must not be of war. War is not the right way to go. So this is the important G20. Second is COP27, very important at Sharm el Sheikh. COP27, India and three others oppose carbon border tax. Carbon border tax are tax on essential items which are important for construction, like cement and industries like coal, etc. So India and three others oppose the carbon border tax. The next important news is Trump to run for the White House for a third time. Okay, so US President Donald Trump recently he faced a defeat in the results were not as expected in the recent elections which were there for the Senate, and he is also facing a challenge within the Republican Party from in the name, or in you can say in face of Ron Santis. So, but still, former US President Donald Trump on Tuesday has launched his third campaign for the White House just 1 week after a disappointing midterm show for Republicans, forcing the party to again decide whether to embrace a candidate whose refusal to accept defeat in 2020 sparked an insurrection and pushed American democracy to the brink. We had seen when Donald Trump had lost the election, his supporters had created chaos in the White House. So, these are the three important news on the first page today, and the other important news as we go ahead is the Mehrauli murder, which is very much in news and shocked the whole country. Police approached court to conduct narco test on Aftab, who had killed Shraddha, both from Mumbai in Delhi. The other news that we have today regarding the states or in the states is High Court reconstitutes SIT probing West Bengal recruitment scam. Hundreds of job aspirants stage flash protest near Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's residence in southern Kolkata on Wednesday. So Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is on the back foot, and a corruption scam has been alleged on her ministries or ministers, and it was regarding the recruitment scam. Supreme Court orders trial of key accused as adult in the Kathua gang rape case. Now this Kathua gang rape case was very much in news in 2018. The Supreme Court held Shubham Sangra, a key accused in the sensational gang rape and murder of an 8-year-old nomadic girl in Kathua in 2018, was not a minor at the time of the offence and ordered his trial as an adult, observing a casual or cavalier approach by courts in such cases cannot be permitted. So Supreme Court has said to take the key accused as an adult. So important news that in today's states page. Another news is Congress plans Bihar Yatra from December 28th. Rahul Gandhi unlikely to participate, but party chief Mallikarjun Kharge, who is the current party chief of Congress party, Mallikarjun Kharge, he might attend this Congress Yatra. Bihar Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister have been invited for the Yatra that will pass through 19 districts in 45 days. Currently, you already know Bharat Jodo Yatra is done by uh, Rahul Gandhi. Conditions of road in Bihar and Maharashtra are not different. So many people are saying that the conditions of the roads in various states are not so different. They are bad. So this is the important news in the states. Very important news again on Tipu Sultan in Karnataka. Mysuru youth organizations want ban on drama on Tipu Sultan. So Tipu Sultan is always has been, or mostly nowadays has been in the limelight, or you can say the issue has been always cropping up on Tipu Sultan as theatre repertory Rangayana braces for the stage debut of real dramas of Tipu Sultan. The Federation of Youth Organization of Mysuru have sought a ban on this play. Kerala to ask governor to convene assembly session from December 5th. So this is on the states. Yes, another important state news in Kerala is Forest Path to Sabrimala temple to be opened today. After a 2 year gap, the traditional forest path through Satram and Pulmedu to the Sanidhanam will be opened for Sabrimala pilgrims from Thursday. So, Sabrimala, that is the Ayyappa temple, which is famous in Sabrimala, it is going to be open today. India has shown how to democratize technology for good of humanity. Again, an important news. India has shown how to democratize technology for the good of humanity, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi while inaugurating 25th edition of Karnataka's Tech Exposition Bengaluru Tech Summit in Bengaluru via video link on Wednesday. So the news which we have currently seen, very important, one of them is G20, then we have the COP27 in Sharm el Sheikh, and the Kathua and the case which is in Mehroli, that is of Aftab and Shraddha. And then we have the other state news they seen till now. We have the editorial India during G20 presidency. What are the challenges? And the editorials will be covered in the other videos. We are just seeing the important news. Important news on climate. Who should pay for the climate damage? As we had seen in COP27, India recently again has opposed the taxes which are there, which is put on the developing countries. Who should pay for the climate damage? Why is compensation against loss and damage due to changing weather events on the main agenda at COP27? What is the amount required to meet the world's climate goals? Where does India stand when it comes to global greenhouse gas emissions? Very important news in the Hindu, you all can read it. What is the target level of retail inflation? So this is an important news in climate and retail inflation which was there. India's G20 presidency will be inclusive, action oriented, Modi. So as I have already told you, G20 summit from December, India is going to take the presidency and it is going to hold the chair. Prime Minister says the world is looking to India's leadership with hope. India to give priority to women-led development on its G20 agenda. He adds, Modi raises issues of trade, mobility, defense and security in talks with British counterpart Sunak. So we have Rishi Sunak, who had met the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the summit of sidelines of the summit of G20. War causing immense human suffering, G20. So that's an important news which is taken from page number 1. Demonetization was part of steps to boost the formal economy. This has been said by the Union Finance Minister. Another very important news again, you must see India deploys new docks, upgrades speedboats for Pangong Tso patrol. So Pangong Tso, which is in the Leh Ladakh region, has been in news after the Chinese uh, came forward and took a few parts over here. So India has deployed new landing docks and speedboats for patrolling on the Pangong Tso in eastern Ladakh, matching the Chinese deployments on the lake. India takes part in Moscow talks on forming inclusive government in Afghanistan. So, another important news, India joined the latest meeting of the Moscow format consultation on Afghanistan that was held on Wednesday in the Russian capital. Very important news, 1600 posts in civil service, or you can say central secretariat service, vacant as officers not promoted. A body representing the CSS, Central Secretariat Service officers, had written to the Department of Personnel and Training that despite Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement to fill around 10 lakh vacancies, central government vacancies by 2023 end, around 45% of post of section officers are in the CSS, that is the Central Secretariat Service, are still lying vacant as many officers have not been promoted. So 45% of the section officers are not filled yet. Hopefully they are filled, and we know it is by the Staff Selection Commission exams, and many students will get job. Around 1624 posts are vacant. 1624 posts is a good number. People of Gujarat no longer find Modi appealing or exciting. This is said by Jignesh Mewani, who is the Gujarat Pradesh Congress Committee working president. Jignesh Mewani. So he is saying that. So this is political news. Very another important news is Supreme Court allows pension to 32 former women officers of Indian Air Force. A bench said that the petitioners had been fighting for 12 years for chance to be considered for permanent commission were now over age limit. The Supreme Court, in a significant order on Wednesday, ordered the Union government to grant permission or pension to women officers who fought for 12 years to get reinstatement and permanent commission in the Indian Air Force. Till recently, the women were considered to be part of the temporary commission, or you can say short service commission. So these women were fighting. The Supreme Court allows pension to 32 former women officers of Indian Air Force. Very important news. Then we have another important news now in the world news. Poland says missile that hit it was Ukrainian stray. So there was a scare, and this war is leading to a big issue now. From the information that we and our allies have, it was S-300 rocket made in the Soviet Union, and there is no evidence that it was launched by Russian side, said Polish president. So small incidents like these can result into wars and put the world into a war. So it is very dangerous that these incidents happen, but somehow the leaders were mature enough, so the it has been de-escalated. Biden Sunak discusses Indo-Pacific Northern Ireland at G20 summit, not only with Narendra Modi. Sunak has also met the American President Joe Biden. Lula da Silva offers to host 2025 UN climate talks in Brazil's Amazon rainforest. Amazon rainforest, the world's largest forest in Brazil, is in danger. Many forest fires and attempts to destroy it. Brazil's Luiz Inancio Lula da Silva received a warm welcome at COP27 summit in Egypt. Sharm el Sheikh, the venue for the COP27, where he pledged to recommit the rainforest nation to tackling the climate crisis, offered to hold future United Nations climate talks. So COP in the 2025, Lula da Silva has invited for the COP next conference of parties. UK and India to launch a young professional exchange in 2023, says Downing Street. In business, we have hold urgent meetings of GST Council. West Bengal's Amit Mitra is urging, that is the West Bengal's former finance minister is urging that the GST Council should be held. Okay. Then we have news on the sports, where we have the current World Cup, which is going to start soon, and a talented team that has much to offer Portuguese fans, says Ronaldo. Roadmap for 2024 T20 World Cup. So in 2024 we have the T20 World Cup, and that is how the Indian team and the other teams are practicing. Then we have uh, so this was the important news for in the sports. It was cricket and it was football. Okay, so I hope the news in short are being comfortable and easy to understand. Thank you and have a nice day.